Stagnant blood is called edema. Stagnant lymph is called lymphedema. Now, there's a difference between stagnant blood and stagnant lymph. Stagnant blood is called edema. Stagnant lymph is called lymphedema. Edema is just a Latin word for swollen. And you can see that it's very, very common for the left leg to be worse than the right. This has kind of progressed, so it's pretty obvious. And you can see on this individual, their left leg, there is hardening of the tissue. This is zombification. This can happen to the tissue underneath the skin, whether it is like this or whether it is much higher upstream. Okay, it's the same exact phenomenon of zombification, of hardening of the elastic tissues, and decreasing the cellular metabolism. Now, gravity is the other issue. If we're healing from the center, or we're not healing from the center, we're not having the center of healing go around and around and around like a clock, like a wheel, then the spine will be affected. With the spine being affected, what we essentially have is we have 2/3 of our time where we're upright and we're getting this puddling down here, but then when we lay it down at night, that puddling redistributes itself. And when it redistributes itself, there are changes in the circulation for the heart. There's the changes in the veins down here. There's a change in the effect on kidneys. There's a change in a whole lot of tissues. Now, if you use a tilt table, so you can comfortably and effectively empty out these fluid pools from unrelenting gravity. One of the problems that occurs when we don't regularly empty out our lower extremity is that the upper extremity, the brain and its lymphatic drainage is very, very unique. And the brain's metabolism will slow down faster than other tissues. We call that Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease was originally named pre-senile dementia. What does that mean? Dementia means a failure to learn new things. Pre-senile meant that people lost brain function before they were old. Pre-senile, before I'm senile, I get a dementia. That's Alzheimer's disease. And that comes about by not draining the congestion. Just like the pelvic congestion occurs, there's congestion that occurs in the brain, and that impedes blood flow in and proper nutrition by not removing the waste. So what's an easy way to assist the drainage of the lymphatics? We call it lymphatics in the brain, but it's essentially lymphatics. And this is what's called a still point device. And you lay down something that's a little bit more firm, and you put this underneath the base of the skull. And it actually lifts the skull off the top of the neck. And with this very, very slight angulation, allows drainage of the waste products from the brain back into the normal circulation in order to restart the healing cycle. I recommend that you have at least know how to do this at home with a tilt table and a still point device.
Very, very good. My husband and I did it together. It was nice having the other people in the group as well. Dr. Tom really does a good job of explaining why you're doing it. A lot of benefits just from what we've done. It was definitely worth the investment.